Hail to you, Slayer. I write this letter to bid you come in haste to this castle, known by the vampires as Castle Zar. A ritual draws near which would empower Zar, the elder vampire, and the entire clan of Zar. But on the day before it ends, they are vulnerable. By your success against the foul creatures of your land, I judge you the most capable of slaying Clan Zar before the world falls into darkness. Arrive at the castle precisely at dawn, and I shall teach you how to defeat them. For make no mistake, these vampires are unlike those you've faced. I've dedicated my existence to piercing their defenses. Ignore my guidance, and you shall surely fail, as did the other slayers before you. Swiftly make your way, and I shall explain all. And then the past slayer beheld their prey. They picked up the stake. Then they thrust it at the vampire. I know not why your predecessor failed to heed my counsel. Sadly, they were not up to the task. You must be. This is the last ritual cycle when the Elder Zar is vulnerable. My knowledge and tools are essential to our success. Millennia ago, much was sacrificed for the hope of stopping Zar. Blood, skin, sinew, and organ bound into a book to aid the Slayer in this cause. If your hands prove unready, all that will be for naught. Let's get started then, shall we? Nearby, in the castle's cistern, sleeps Baron Radovan, the least of the clan's nobles. I've compiled the methods for killing him in these pages. Refer to them should you have further questions. You can't simply march over and stake him, unfortunately. The ritual's barrier protects him, and only a bind stone will let you pierce it. The stones on the table are bindstone fragments. Take the pieces in hand, line them up to complete the shape, and then release to fuse them together. When it's complete, an arcane pattern shall appear. Study it. All will be clear soon. Oh, and don't worry about running into the previous Slayer. The Slayer's mantle makes it impossible for your kind to turn into vampires. Her skin, though, that may have wound up as a parchment somewhere. Along with protective traps, the vampires of Zar alter their bodies. They can shift their heart inside the torso to hide their weak point. The Elder has even grown redundant hearts for defense. When a Slayer assembles a bindstone, they're infused with its power. Therefore, your preparation is finished. Now, to to the cistern. The castle is secured by magic, but this table holds my octant, a device which can get us there safely. Keep still for the transport. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment to reorient yourself from the transport. Before you sleeps Baron Radovan, his coffin seated in one of the castle's 9 thrones. Begin by unsealing his coffin. Remove the 2 crossbars holding it shut. Be warned. Radovan will wake unless you move them slowly and quietly. Don't cast the bar aside. Put it on the table for disposal. Gently. Now, grasp the coffin lid from your right side and pull it open. Good. Now for the binding and slaying. These vampires can move their hearts for protection, and so you must locate them before staking. Look to the table. This relic heart serves as a detector. Pick it up. Bring it close to Radovan's chest and see how it responds. His heart is beneath where it beats strongest. Squeeze it, and it will mark the space for you. Yes, that should be close enough. Do you see that shimmering magic towards the top of the coffin? That is the barrier weakening. Thrust the stake into the weak spot. Slash quickly through each segment. Follow the arrows. Done well, the pattern resolves into a blood glyph, further damaging the barrier. Perfect. He is at your mercy. Strike into his heart with force. Adjust your hold on the stake if needed. Congratulations on your first victory. Is your confidence bolstered? The others will not be so unprepared. See that triangle in front of him? That clan symbol tied Radovan to this coffin throne. His departure unsealed it, and now it is our key to continue upward. Place it into the device on the table, and we'll be on our way. Happily, Radovan's assassination will not be discovered until sundown when the clan wakes, if they wake. With his symbol as the key, I can transport you further up the castle. But first, you must prepare a new bindstone for our quarry. Time is short, so I will continue as you work. Baroness Khalida is next. She's a rising star who runs the clan's trading business. Naturally, they specialize in human cargo. You'll find Khalida is far sharper prey. If you do slip up, do not risk another mistake until some time passes. Two at once spells disaster. Good. The bindstone shows the symbols to counter Khalida's barrier. But coffins like hers also require special tools to open safely. The first tool you will need is this pry bar. Attach it to the head of a nail and push slowly until the nail bends out. Then pluck out the nail with your other hand and place it on the table. Don't permit the nails to fall. Now this is Radovan's clan symbol. With it as a key, my octant can take us to the next coffin in line. Each symbol brings us closer to the core of the ritual. In this case, we go to the crypt, Khalida's assigned throne. Put Radovan's symbol in, and we shall go. Many coffins to see here in the crypt, but the Baroness is our goal. time again for the binding. First, locate her heart, then pick up the stake and take down the barrier. I won't be checking your work with the heart from now on. Finish this quickly before you're sensed. Performance is adequate. May you continue to learn quickly. Good. Now that you're no longer a novice, I expect your pace shall improve. The bindstone components are ready for you. Duke Ottomar is next. He runs the military affairs of the clan, but in recent times he's not exactly been covering himself with glory. The blood of conscripts and refugees, yes, but never glory. As Radovan's symbol led to Khalida, Khalida's opens the magical current to Ottomar. These currents are core to the ritual. The ritual amplifies the power of the countless souls gathered in the castle libraries. When it culminates, power flows from the pinnacle down those currents into the connected thrones. We're simply riding them backwards, upstream, so to speak. Well done. Unlike the blood spilled by the Duke, the blood of the bindstone serves a purpose, showing the way through his barrier. You'll find the Duke's coffin is locked. Naturally, I forged a key. You will need these blades as well. Wires of midnight steel are strung inside many coffins. The slightest touch causes them to sing out in alarm. only my blades can sever them safely, and only when they are inert, devoid of energy. Take the symbol and proceed. Seems the Duke and his toadies made a mess of the wine cellar. Turn slower. Finish this quickly before you're sensed. Begin the binding. Mind the heart. An unworthy ash heap, a waste of immortality. I trust you now grasp why the relic heart is necessary. Your new bindstone awaits. Grand Master Loretto, the clan's foremost craftsman, will be the next to fall. He prowls about the world's universities and devours the work of their geniuses and their blood. A pity to lose such talent. The midnight steel you saw is but one magical defense used by the clan. They've adopted many tricks to trip up the Slayer by Daylight who plagues them. Yes, it infuriates them that a mere human can kill them as they rest. But I know this place far better than the vampire who tracks me. There's no defense I can't penetrate. Fine work. The sublime art of this bindstone would be appreciated by Loretto. Too bad he'll never get a chance to see it. Loretto's coffin is also locked by an unforgeable key. But his design is flawed. One of these will complete the lock's shifting pattern. You should be able to discern which. Ah, here is the late Duke's symbol. Welcome to the atelier, where Loretto and his disciples bring their craft to life. Show him the fruit of your craft. Finish this quickly before you're sensed. Recall that cutting an energized wire is hazardous. It's safe to commence the binding. Such promise. Now a blistered heap. Good, good. You've slain all the vampires for whom this was their first ritual. Another bindstone for your efforts. On to Duchess Senate. Her talent is the mask, the ability to assume the guise of whoever's blood she drinks. So disguised, she circulates around the courts of Europe as the clan's spy. You may also recall she's responsible for your predecessor's demise. Try not to repeat history. You must keep up the pace, lest my power run out before we are done. Bear in mind, if sunset does come, I will leave you behind. I cannot afford to be found. The scholar Fabricius, an elite vampire, has sought to destroy me for centuries. He hopes that I'll make a mistake, though if you keep succeeding, it is the scholar who fails tonight. The higher we go, the more intricate the bindstone. For Senate's coffin, I give you this hook. Its claw is the bone of a vampire. Some relics should only be touched by a vampire, which currently you are not. You'll need to remove Senate's waking idol, a small poppet which slumbers and wakes in turn. Move when it's awake, and it shall wake its master. Lastly, a fragment of this very castle's stony core. Vampires imbued by the ritual are not slain by normal means. The stake must be driven in by their own magic. Poetic, perhaps. Thrust in the stake as before, then strike it with this stone until it's done. Proceed. All around the portrait gallery, the many faces of the Duchess surround her. Behind her, that's the waking idol I described. Finish this quickly before you're sensed. The binding next. Remember about the stone. Failure. A teacher even wiser than myself. Your prey awoke due to your inadequate execution. The one grace is the attack is only a primal reflex. The conscious mind remains unaware, and instinct soon subsides. It cost us time, though. Time that eventually runs out. remember about the stone. No matter the alias, the Duchess Senate is Ash. Slayer, I may be starting to appreciate your style. Get to work on the bindstone. These last few are bound to be taxing. Even my power is less than when the day began, and those closest to the Elder Tsar have outlived many Slayers. Case in point is Princess Victoria, the right hand of the Queen. 900 years of torture and butchery in service of the clan means she's well practiced in guarding her coffin from foes, human or vampire. Vampires are no stranger to torture, but Victoria elevates it to an entire world view. In her words, pain is the tool of the superior to educate the inferior. I wonder if you shall prove superior in your attempt to end her existence. Holding back my impatience wearies me, Slayer. Long have I hungered for this day, the day this clan would perish under my gaze. Where my hands could not, yours have reaped 5 ashen harvests under my tutelage. Only 4 remain. Well done on the bindstone. It's an amusing coincidence that hers is blunt, much like her personality. Victoria Victoria seals her coffin with an intricate device of shackles and rods. You will have to dismantle it by hand in silence. Also, some nails in this coffin are sympathetically tied together. As you remove one nail, others may move in unison. Keep an eye on them all. And then... but at this point, perhaps more instruction isn't needed. The pages are here should you need to review. Now you can truly impress me. If you look up, you'll get a sense of what kind of court our princess keeps. I grow concerned with how long you are taking. Don't bump them. Too close. Years of nothing. Well done. Only the leaders of Clan Tsar remain. My nemesis will finally meet their end, starting with Fabricius. Scholar Fabricius devoted his eternal life to arcane study. For centuries he sought to prevent slayers from killing his clanmates. Yet everything he's tried, I've expertly countered. He doesn't even know I exist. And tonight, thanks to you, the cat and mouse game ends. There are not many vampires as old as the Scholar. He goes back to the days of the Roman Republic, hence his name. He calculated that given enough souls, removing the vampire's limitations was possible. It simply required a construct large enough to store and channel them, and the time to gather them all. That construct became Castle Tsar, and the time 2,000 years, more or less. perfect. Fabricius would give his left eye to know the secret of the bindstones. On the outside of the coffin, you'll see a waking idol in a locked case. As soon as you enter the chamber, it can wake up, so be immediately mindful. The hook will also play another role this time. The scholar protects his hide with lines of energetic force. Touching them, or the gems which power them, is not recommended. Move the gems from their settings to the table with the hook. So nears the end of a long, long story. The scriptorium, where the most important inscription is done. Normally only reached via the corridor behind you. Stop moving. longer, take much longer, and the target will notice you. I confess, in the end, I expected a bit more from Fabricius. At last. Unexpected. What is this? This is... He... So he slips in one last botherance from the other side. Fabricius was not as ignorant as I thought. Very well, Slayer. We can't waste daylight. Take his symbol, and I'll tell you the whole truth. As the scholar guessed, I am not simply this book you see before you. I am a vampire. I bound this book with my magic and tied it to my mind. Through it, I project my consciousness to you, as with all the other slayers I led into this castle before you. While I am quite particular with my words, I have never lied to you, Slayer. I never said I was a magic talking book. Regardless, my nature changes nothing for you. This ritual will elevate a vampire beyond any ability to slay them. You will not be able to stop them without me. None of those facts have changed. You cannot flee. Even if you were to escape, Queen Corinthia would hunt you down for slaughtering her precious clan. I can tell you from experience, vampires are not the forgiving type. Your only option is to press on to the sanctum and slay Tsar. There can be no rest until that stinking, shriveled simpleton is ash and joins the rest of its clan in eternal torment. Take heart, though. You have earned my respect today. When we are done, I will reward you beyond imagining. I will make you a vampire and offer you the world. True, a slayer cannot be raised as a vampire after death, ordinarily, but there are loopholes to every law. As for the present, Queen Corinthia awaits. This woman turned the clan against me, convinced the elder to try to slay me, and drove me into hiding for 2,000 years. In that time, I've slain so many of her children I've lost count. But now the balance of that debt is to be settled. Excellent work. The Great Hall's coffin throne will take every symbol to overcome. You are already familiar with the defenses found in the Queen's coffin. As is her habit, she surrounds herself with quantity, not necessarily quality. But do not become complacent. The slightest inattention may cause you to falter. All rests on your every move. Finish what is started. You're standing where I was once condemned. She sat to your left, and she was smiling. touch it! Finish this quickly before you're sensed. As she feels the binding constrict, she'll realize her children precede her in death. Finally, she is gone from this world. Gone from my life! The day is almost spent. We are racing the sunset now. This is the final bindstone. The culmination is at hand, Slayer. Within the castle's pinnacle waits the sanctum. It is the critical junction for the ritual, and in its heart sleeps Tsar. Wretched, pestilent Tsar. Corrupt, treacherous, would-be kinslayer Tsar. Vampires ignore morality as easily as we ignore death. Yet we know when we are wronged, Slayer. We know when we are betrayed. We know suffering. As eras pass and all we sacrificed for falls to the unworthy, and eternal greatness is squandered. All my suffering is Tsar's fault. I was reduced to sneaking like a rat in my own castle's walls, while they flourished in the moonlight. But no longer. If only I could be in your place, to feel the stake bite into flesh, to see surprise brighten those idiot eyes. I would relive that moment until the mountains erode into desert. It is done. You now hold the symbols to break open the sanctum's final barrier. A 9-pointed medallion seals Tsar's coffin. It is held in place by a set of interlocked crossbars. Unlock the mechanism, then dismantle it by removing the bars concealed behind it. Work by feel alone. You won't be able to see what holds the bars. The interior protections are arranged to guard each other. They will challenge you, but I believe you will prevail. And so, I instruct you one last time. The eldest vampires can grow supplemental hearts that aid their own. We wind up with 3 in total. Fitting, as the number 3 holds such meaning for us. You must find each with the relic heart, then stake all 3. Eliminate the elder before the sun falls, and all this will be concluded. Watch your step. The sanctum is suspended over a shaft which goes all the way down to the cellars. Feel that power. This is the ritual. faster! I must see that face twisted in pain!
Close. Our daylight is not infinite.
Now the binding. 3 hearts, 3 stakes. Do not let objects fall from the platform. Also, I cannot conceal 2 faults in quick succession. Now the binding. 3 hearts, 3 stakes. Finish the binding or it will fail. How long has it been? How many have I taught? Victory, vengeance, freedom! Time draws short. Return to the sanctuary. The book's power is nearly gone. I must speak quickly. With the Elder disposed of, the ritual sits vacant. That is, it would be vacant, had I not planned to intercept its power and redirect it to my own coffin, where my body sleeps. As promised, once I ascend, I shall transform you into a vampire, to be the champion of my new court. There's one small task left before your reward. You must forever forsake the role of Slayer by destroying a stake, the Slayer's instrument. Otherwise, the mystic privilege of the Slayer will prevent you from rising as a vampire after death. Bring the stake to the octant before the power fades entirely. You would reject my generosity? Do not presume to negotiate. We meet either as liege and vassal, or as diner and dinner. Destroy the stake now. No! body sleeps, but my mind still sees you. Heed my warning and desist. As I perish, I offer you my final thoughts. I overlooked but one slight detail, and you exploited it fully. But while I may be gone, my revenge cannot be undone by your betrayal. And without the influence of Clan Tsar, the other vampires will run rampant. How does any human survive when vampires truly war? As long as you live, there will be work for a slayer, yet without me to guide you, I do not know how long you will survive. I will await you in hell. Of all those I've slain, you are the only one for whom I've lit a funeral pyre. By turning my own apparatus against me, you exceeded my expectations. I concede a remote possibility you might have won. I shall never understand what you thought to gain by opposing me. Starting with this castle, I will unite vampire kind under one rule, and I will feast on any who refuse. All will serve me, and all will finally be at peace. The book's power is nearly gone. I must speak quickly. With the Elder disposed of, the ritual sits vacant. That is, it would be vacant had I not planned to intercept its power and redirect it to my own coffin, where my body sleeps. As promised, once I ascend, I shall transform you into a vampire, to be the champion of my new court. There's one small task left before your reward. You must forever forsake the role of slayer by destroying a stake, the slayer's instrument. Otherwise, the mystic privilege of the slayer will prevent you from rising as a vampire after death. Bring the stake to the octant before the power fades entirely. You would reject my generosity? Do not presume to negotiate. We meet either as liege and vassal, or as diner and dinner. Destroy the stake now. Commit this day to your memory. Commit this day to your memory. This is history. This is legend. From this castle we shall dominate the world. What is it you desire? Wealth? Flesh? Power? I will make you lord over all you wish for what you have done today. vampires and humans, all will submit before my power. Those who survive will benefit from the peace we bring, as does any herd raised for slaughter. And this castle will be mine.